Welcome to Baja Window to the South. We have another phenomenal show for you today. I am your host, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Koenig. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, and especially with the do's and don'ts when it comes to Baja. So we're excited to get you there right now.
You want to know what to do to make the most of your time here and what not to do to ruin it.
Please. we really want you to listen to these tips today, especially today.
Yes.
When visiting Baja, you must escape to Bahia de Los Angeles and swim with the whale shark. Yes, you heard that right. Bahia de Los Angeles is located on the side of the Sea of Cortez and stands out for its diversity of marine fauna and its quiet beaches in perfect condition. If you go beyond the shore, you will find multicolored fish, manta rays, whale sharks, and the largest fish in the world, which it is possible to swim between May and November and without having to be in the open sea.
Wow, that sounds like a thrill.
I know.
Yes. One of the things you should not do when you come to Baja California is leave valuables in your car unattended. Many of the thefts in vehicles are due because of opportunism. If someone sees a camera or a computer bag on your back seat, it's a real easy temptation to break your window and run off with the goods. And this can happen in a matter of minutes. Don't even leave your belongings in plain sight for a few seconds. If you hide your valuables behind seats or in the glove box, you'll deter a lot of prying eyes. If they can't see it, they're most likely not going to go to the effort to break in and search around the car for something valuable. Personally, I put my computer, my phone, and all of my valuables in the backpack. And if I leave the car for a taco or to go into the OXXO and get a coffee, my backpack comes with me.
Good tip. Love that. Thank you. And we're back. Now you know what to do and what not to do, but now we're gonna learn about what to do, which is go with Chef Oso. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this one.
Yes, Chef Oso, his real name is Guillermo. He's known as Oso, that's his nickname, which means bear. And he's from the world famous Tacos Kokopelli. Tacos Kokopelli was one of the first taquerias in Baja, or I'd say in Tijuana, during the 2000s. I think they opened up in 2011, that really put Tijuana on the culinary map. What started as a single taco cart has turned into a mini taco empire for Pablo and his brother, or I'm sorry, for Oso and his brother. They have a new restaurant, a new-ish restaurant. It's been around for a few years, called Tras Horizonte. Oso is a graduate of the Culinary Arts School in Tijuana, and he's also worked as an executive chef in restaurants in both Guanajuato as well as the Netherlands. He's got that international pedigree. But it was here in Tijuana where he first started creating and selling what some would call modern or contemporary tacos, with familiar elements such as octopus and chili rellenos, but infused with the chef's own unique culinary vision. Welcome, Oso.
Thanks.
Good to see you again. It has been. I think the last time I saw you was in Long Beach for the FMGM, the World Forum on Mexican Cuisine.
Like 3 years ago, I think.
3 years ago. So what have you been up to since then?
Well, I mean, keep working, I guess. I've been keep working a lot. Trying to, to evolve with this new normality that we have, and trying to keep afloat. At the end, I mean, it's good because it keeps our brain like running, so we have to be more clever in a way.
Yes.
But also without losing our roots. So
yes.
Basically doing the same that I have been doing for the past 10, 12 years of making tacos and seafood stuff.
And I tell you also, I mean, when I think about you guys, I'm always thinking about all the different flavors that I get to experience, because people are always talking about the tacos from Baja, but when we go to your place, it's a completely different experience every single time and every single bite.
Oh, well, I guess that's part of the idea. At the end is to have, it's not only to have something that looks, attractive to the eye, but it's also really important, or for our vision, is that it's like, really fulfilling in all the senses, not only eyes, by flavor, smell, and everything. And so for that to happen, we need to play it with textures and with aromas and everything that we have at hand, the music surrounding, the vibe of the service, and all that's really important for the circumstances to have at the end, a good experience.
Yes.
Because
Well, one of my favorite tacos you do is the Kraken, which is pulpo or octopus in Mexican pesto. Tell us about that one, Oso.
Well, that's one of our first. We started with 4 tacos at the beginning, and the black ceviche, the squid ink ceviche. At the beginning, we have to give it away when customers come and eat of our taco stand, because it was really rare for somebody to find like a black ceviche. I mean, I'm talking about 11 years ago in the streets of Tijuana. So we have to give it away as like, try it, and then you're gonna like it, no? But I mean, I understand it's also a bunch of 3 young guys, and just giving you a black squid ink ceviche in the middle of the street is not usual, no? But the Kraken was also one of our best sellers, which is basically grilled octopus, but first it gets tossed or marinated in this, we call it pesto because it looks like a pesto, but it doesn't have any seeds or Parmesan cheese or any kind of cheese.
Oh, interesting.
But
I
it
didn't know
just looks
that.
like a pesto. It's so similar. I mean, I don't have it at hand, but I'm just picturing I have a green pesto. But basically, it's 5 different herbs and green chilies without seeds, so it's not spicy. And olive oil and garlic. So we wrap the octopus with that, and when you toss it to the open flame, which most of the time, or pretty much every time, we use charcoal mesquite. And I mean, the oil on the octopus, when it's tossed in a really hot the flame, it kind of fries, but without deep frying, you know. So that has a little texture of like crust in the outside part of the skin of the octopus, but the inside is still quite tender, no. So that's the idea to have the octopus like that. Then basically it's just a quesadilla with avocado, and we have 6 different sauces for you to choose.
I
And there's one.
don't know about you guys, but I'm already salivating.
I know one of those. I've had those salsas, and one of them is very, very, very spicy. Muy picoso.
Oh, see, that's the Lucifer Tears sauce. Basically, it's a. I try to put the typical color of the pink, Mexican pink. So I used roasted habaneros and made an emulsion with beets. So to turn the sauce pink. And then, well, the idea also is called Lucifer Tears because either it's really spicy, but also, I mean, if it's a devil is red and you dissolve red, it's pink, no? So it's, the Lucifer Tears is like a, you know, when the devil is dissolving himself in really hot situations.
That is so cool. Tell us about your look. You always look sharp. You always look ready. You always look like super, you know, your hair changes constantly, like super cool.
Well, I don't think much about it. I mean, it's just a way of expressing myself. I mean, at the end, I'm just a guy from Tijuana. Grew up in this multicultural city, so I have influence from all around. And I guess that's.
And there's a little bit of native, like indigenous, because Kokopelli is a Hopi word, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a Hopi word.
Yes.
What I found the meaning of Kokopelli 12, 14 years ago, basically he's an entity created by the elements.
Yes.
And basically for the Hopi, he would play the flute, who would change the season from winter to spring, creating the winds, bringing the rain, and he would be like hunchback because he would be carrying seeds and stuff he would bring to the tribe. So in a way, he was like a god of fertility, abundance, music, dance. So basically all of those things are really like, you know, like giving, but also he would be like playful and like a joker, you know, like simple.
But always caring about others.
Yes,
Yes.
but also
and then caring about others, and then also the elements of what was happening during the time. So that says a lot about you as well, because you said I'm just a guy from TJ, but then you mentioned as well that you have all these different backgrounds, and then that you grew up with, that you were exposed to, and that is what you also bring to your deliciousness of your food.
I guess you have to try it and then you let me know.
Yes,
I mean, you have to try
for
it
sure.
and let me know.
Awesome. So a lot of people also think of you as like this advanced kind of mad scientist taquero. But what they don't know is that you're classically trained and you have worked in some of the great kitchens in Mexico and the world, and you do more than just tacos. Tell us about some of the dishes that you guys serve at Horizonte.
Well, for example, this is cold, because I wanted to bring something cold and easy to plate. This is a ceviche made with salmon and mango and a tamarind marinade. We call it aluche, which means it's like it's from the Mayan cosmovision. So yes, I do have a lot of native and influence in myself. But I mean, we also do beer, cocktails, and food more. I mean, we don't do laboratory crazy stuff, but we do like as much as we can with our equipment. But you can find from a taco to like I don't know, like a barbacoa wrap in michote or even like a burger, but it depends. I mean, we try to change. That's why our name is like that, no? That's we were talking before, Tras Horizonte, which means this place that's beyond the horizon. And so it's a remote or imaginary place, no? So the idea is try to get there constantly, but as soon as you go to that place, it changes again. So,
where can people find you? How can they come and try all this deliciousness?
well, right now the restaurant is only open from Thursday to Sunday, so it's 4 days a week. It's called Tras Horizonte. It's in Zona Rio. I mean, you can Google it or Open Table, and you can make a reservation from there. Or you can write us on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, there's our social media. I don't know if you're going to show it there.
Sure. Yeah, it does. I think it does come up on Facebook. And the neat thing about Tras Horizonte, it's not just any other restaurant. You go in and it's kind of like this psychedelic landscape of like jellyfish paintings on the wall, and it's very eclectic.
Well, everybody's mind different, I guess.
I love it. I love it. It's like Alice in Taco Land.
I know, but when you arrive, when you go there, I mean, it's just the smells as you're arriving. It is a very cool experience. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Is there anything else that you would like for us to know about Oso, Tras Horizonte, or anything?
I mean, at the moment, no. I mean, if you come and visit and ask, I gladly would talk about with you and go further into the explanation, because everything that we create and has a name is because it has a symbolism or something behind, a history. So it's not just names on a taco or names on a sauce. Actually, it has like a reason why it was created like that. So, I mean, there's things to talk about there.
All right. Well, we will be visiting you again soon, Oso, for sure, at Tras Horizonte. Thanks so much for coming on the show. And we'll see you again soon, I hope, buddy.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome.
All right.
Whenever. Adios.
This is exciting. Thank you so much. And now we're gonna go to Tacos with Muchachos. I'm going to try out this. Yes. Oh my God. So more tacos. So expect us to be there.
Okay, definitely.
And we're gonna try them out. So you're gonna see us here coming soon. So get your taste buds ready.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tacos with Muchachos. We're here on the famous Avenida Revolución in Tijuana. And I'm here with my muchacho, Tony T, today, man about town, international taco master, and owner of San Diego food truck Corazon de Torta. Tony, tell me where we are today.
Hola, muchacho.
Hey, hola.
We're in Tijuana's most famous strip, Avenida Revolución. And this particular place, Tacos Especial, is a most popular place since it was opened in 1952. Back in the day when there was a downtown Tijuana bull ring, Sundays were the day.
Ah, okay.
And everybody would come here to the original restaurant downtown. The only thing that survived is the original sign down here and the to-go taco place.
Well, it looks fantastic. And I know tacos al vapor are very
Tacos al
different
vapor,
than what most people are used to having, right? How do they prepare those?
Steamed. You cook them normal, but at the end, you kind of keep a towel and steam and you keep them really wet. You add a little lard for the tortillas.
Okay.
Real nice. Let's check it
Nice.
out.
Let's
They're slippery and slimy because they're al vapor.
You got to eat it with the
Yeah,
plastic.
you
You can't really
almost
pick
do.
it up like
and
a
they add a
typical
little bit of
taco.
lard so they make them kind of slippery.
I gotcha.
And they fall apart, and that's part of the beauty of eating tacos al vapor.
So it's a slippery slope if you start eating tacos al vapor. Literally.
Literally.
Here we go. Usually not a huge fan of tacos al vapor. This one had a lot of flavor.
Definitely has
The
flavor.
beef is nicely seasoned.
Oh, yeah.
That carrot adds something to it. You got a little bit of onion in here, I think. Was that some salsa verde?
Oh yeah, so salsa roja.
Salsa roja, okay.
Here's a good shot of it.
And welcome back. Now we just learned some amazing things from Tacos with Muchachos. That was delicious.
You know, this is a dangerous habit, me eating all of these tacos with my muchachos, but man, is it delicious.
And now we are with Francisco Javier Ussel. Paco, welcome. Nice to meet you. And let me tell you a little bit about Francisco. He is the president of Divers of Baja California and the Artificial Reef Foundation of Baja California. He's passionate architect of the sea, rescue diver, and entrepreneur in the field of food and beverages. You also, it says right here that you promoted by Ussel 6 years ago in Rosarito Submarine Park. So I'm excited about that, and I'm probably gonna ask you more questions about it. Why don't we get started with that, and you tell us a little bit about the reef that was donated by the Navy.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting to this interview. The first thing is that I love the sea. It's one of my favorite parts of the world. And this began when I begin in my middle age, 40, to dive. I never dived before that, and I begin at the 40 to dive, and I love this sport. And when we intend to dive here in Tijuana, in front of Playas de Tijuana, we have in front of Playas, we have the Coronado Island, and Coronado Island is a beautiful place to dive, but Playas not because it's a desert in the bottom of the sea. A desert, no life, no life, no nothing, until Coronado Island. And then a group of divers who are from the association, Diver Association, begin to think that we need to put something artificial in Playas de Tijuana that we can make grow the life and the fishes and for of course to get fun. And we find a man who is the creator of the dry suit. He sell the dry suit to the Army, the United States Army, and he was in charge of sinking the Yukon in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
In
That's impressive.
In Point Loma,
Yes.
Point Loma, San Diego, and we meet him, and he give us all his things that they used for sink,
Yeah.
all his expertise, and say when they finish of talk about that,
Yes.
he said, and why do you do something like that in Baja?
Wow.
And we get the touch of this. This was in 2008.
Yes.
In 2008, that's right. And that is when we begin to do that. And we begin first to learn about the artificial reefs, to learn about the bottom of the sea. And the first question was where? And the second question is whom?
Yes.
And everything of W's questions that we need to make a project and begin to get, how you say in English, una association with one of the most institutions, scientific institutions of Baja, el CICESE, es el Centro de Investigación Científica de Ensenada. Ensenada Scientific Institute Research Institute, something like that.
Wow.
Excuse me for
So
my English.
You
Something
were
like that.
able to invite the community to help you
That's right.
create the reef.
That's right. Begin with this, with the science, with the people of the scientifics, and he helped to know where, when, and whom, and we begin also to find a large ship. And we go to the United States, and we go to Ensenada, and we go to everywhere to find a ship. And in 2010, more or less, 2010, in the United States, in Key West, Florida, the people of Key West, who is a very, very pretty place to dive, very, very pretty place to dive, the Caribbean, and they sink USS Vandenberg. This will be a ship from United States Marine who fight in the Second War, and in 1960 the ship will be used for the Proyecto Apolo, the Apollo project for the NASA. Is the NASA in English? NASA in Spanish is NASA in English?
Yes.
NASA. In the NASA, and it's a very large boat, 500 feet, with a very huge antennas, and well, they think and the people of Key West make a very beautiful and impressionant ceremony with the war airplanes and boats, and also he invited to some the crew of the boat when it was in the Second War. Very old man. Very old man. And well, when we saw that, we said we need to do that also.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing here, Paco, that in addition to giving divers a place to go and explore underwater this artificial reef, it also protects over 80 species of different marine flora and fauna.
Of course, in the area who sinking the ship, the Uribe 121 is Uribe 121. Is the area who the antique people gets the lobster in Puerto Nuevo. In Puerto Nuevo begins to get the lobster from the Bahía del Descanso.
Yes.
The lobster is gone. The lobster is finished.
Wow.
No more.
One of the project is we have 80 acres in the bottom of the sea for make a very huge artificial reef.
Oh, wow.
One of those thinking is produce lobster to recreate the lobster in this area.
So you're going to bring the species, which is
That's
what
right.
the California Spiny lobster,
That's
right?
That's right.
Back to Puerto Nuevo.
That's
because
right.
But now when you go to eat there,
That's
you can
right.
find local lobsters sometimes, but a lot of it is imported from elsewhere.
That's right. If we help to the market 10 or 20% to produce again in that, it will be better for the environment.
What
That's
I
great.
like is that you are in constant communication with all the different teams, and then also that you're connected to the food. And you know, Baja is known for its food, for its freshness, for its sustainability, and so on and so forth. So this project is even helping that.
Well, maybe helping many things, because right now, let me finish the beginning. We fight to get appointment with the Secretary of Marina, Mexican Secretary of Marina, and we take 2 years to do that, and we get, and when we present the project to the people in the government in the Mexican Navy, he asks if he looks good, and he give us the Uribe. Virgilio Uribe is the name of the ship. Virgilio Uribe was the hero boy of the Navy of Mexico. He's in an area. He's a boy of the Navy. Well, we do all that we need to do to sing the Uribe in 2015.
Yes.
We get 7 years to do the project.
Wow. Wow.
And
So
right now we have 6 years to.
now, yeah, so now you've been on it. So how can people get in touch with you, or how can people go and check this out? Is this open for the public now?
It's open. It's free open to the public.
Yes.
If you sink, if you dive, you can go to the Uribe wherever you want. If you are expertise, because the Uribe is 100 feet in the bottom, and you need to dive advanced dive. Or
So this is not something you can just get your certification from and literally dive right into. You have to have a little bit more experience to
that's
dive.
right. You need
these
advanced diver.
And
That's
how many countries or how many people from around the world have come to experience this? And what would you say to them to invite them to come and enjoy?
Well, when we sing the Uribe, we make a lot of marketing. We are published in 3 or 4 magazines around the world, and we have right now people who are coming from Germany, from Middle East, and Canada, and I can know everyone.
So it's a worldwide destination.
But that tells us that people from around the world have come here to enjoy this beauty and
That's right.
then also to learn about how they can possibly do that at home and help protect.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
definitely.
And scientific, because this institute that I told you, use the Uribe for very research, and we put some plates in the bottom in the ship, and we got every month in the last 4 years, every month to take out this little piece of metal, and he are in the microscope learning who are the growing up day by day for 4 years.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Yes, very nice.
I am excited about this. I'm excited that Baja is giving so much information to the rest of the world. I'm excited that you found your passion. You said that you were in your 40s, you're still super young, and then you found something that it gives you fulfillment. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Senor Ussel, thank you so much for being on the show. We really learned a lot today about
the
ocean and what's happening with some of the scientific research and the rehabilitation of species happening off the coast of Baja. It's very cool.
And we are right now making a museum.
This
is the Artificial Reef Museum.
Oh wow, where will that be?
In Puerto Nuevo.
Okay, terrific.
In Puerto Nuevo. We call it about that another time.
So you'll be able to go and have Puerto Nuevo lobster, maybe some that's been brought back from Puerto Nuevo, some of the efforts that Senor Ussel here is doing, and you'll be able to check out the museum. So that's super exciting. Thanks again, sir.
Thank you very much to you.
Thank you. And wow, what a day. So there you go. There you have it. Baja Window to the South, bringing you the best and connecting you to science and
recreation, science at the same time. You can dive and you can learn.
Environment education.
There you go. There's more for you, more to come. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Koenig. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.